Hey everyone, we got ourselves a huge StarCraft 2 tournament coming up very, very soon. StarCraft 2 Esports World Cup will be happening very soon, just a couple of days, August 14th to August 18th, I believe, Thursday to Sunday, and then we get to know who actually is the world champion, as well as how the $1 million prize pool will be doled out. So let's get into the who, what, when, where, how, why, whatever else I'm missing of the Esports World Cup. Let's go ahead and start with the more obvious things. Why is everyone excited about this tournament, watching this tournament, playing in this tournament, traveling to this tournament? Well, excellent StarCraft 2, but then also a $1 million prize pool. It is the largest in StarCraft 2's history, with first place paying out a whopping $400,000. Big money, big cash. Just for participating in the tournament, you get $15,000, which is also the first place prize of our DreamHack Master tournaments. So just to put that in perspective, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of cash. You don't get points in this tournament like so many of my other videos would have pointed out, because it is the final tournament. It is the culmination of everything that has happened over the last year, brought to you here. And I'll get into exactly how it's brought to you when we get over into the how. But yeah, it's everything coming together for this huge prize pool to crown the world champion, hand them a big old check, and declare them perhaps the best player in StarCraft 2's history, or of at least the time, whichever one you want to pick. So pretty easy on the why. You also get prestige and accolades. You also get to help out your club in the club championship. So say that Team Liquid, very prevalent amongst all the esports, really needs someone to win in the EWC because they don't have enough points, because they don't have a winner of a esport yet. Well, if Clem goes ahead and wins in the StarCraft 2, literally wins the entire thing, he could be the reason that the Team Liquid organization gets so much more money because the club championships are giving away so much as well. So you got the money, you got the prestige, you got the ability to say I'm better than you at StarCraft 2. And then, unlike so many other situations in StarCraft, you also get to help out your team in a very direct way, literally getting them points for this tournament-wide, all esports kind of tournaments that they're hosting, the club championships. So now that we know the why, which was maybe pretty obvious, but now that we know, let's talk about the when. You guys get to watch all these amazing StarCraft 2 matches starting on Thursday, August 14th, going all the way to the Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it's going to be pretty long days, starting in the kind of early-ish morning, I think, for Europe, if that helps people, and very early for the North Americans, if that's helpful as well. And it'll go for quite some time. We do have the where, and now physical location is going to be this right here, Boulevard Riyadh City, BR Arena in Saudi Arabia. But you guys are probably more interested in where you can watch it, and that's totally fair. So we have the Twitches. The main stream is going to be EWC_Black. You might actually unintentionally be following this already because you followed Gamers8. And it is a changed Twitch name, I believe, not a brand new channel. And then you also have the second stream is going to be EWC_Black_EN2. So we will have a B stream because there will be a lot of matches. We can't cover them all on the main stage. So why, when, and where, all done. Let's talk about the what. And the what is going to take a little bit longer because we're going to talk about the format for a hot second here. We'll talk about a little more of the details and the how, I suppose, but the what is that it is a 18-player StarCraft 2 tournament that is the World Championships for us. So someone is going to be named the new world champion. 16 players into 2 groups of 8 each. That's what you see right here. Now, you might say, I thought you said an 18-player. Why is it 16 players? Well, because these two, Showtime and Shin, went in from a qualifier. The rest of these guys, they got good placements in tournaments, or they got enough points over the last year. These two are from a very brutal qualifier played for the last 2 slots, and thus they do not appear in the kind of, I want to say beginning of the tournaments, but they don't appear here because they're actually going to be waiting for the knockout bracket, which you notice is happening on the 17th. So they're going to be placed here. They're going to be populating this bracket alongside the losers of these groups. So it is 18 players. It is a little weird. Don't see this too often in Wikipedia, but That's the way it goes. The 16-player group stage portion of this is going to be all best of fives. Winner advances directly to the final four. So Maru wins, boom. He's already waiting in the semifinals of the tournament, which are best of sevens. Then we could have Cyril go boom, 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 get to the final four. He's waiting as well. The losers of the upper bracket go to the lower bracket. That's pretty standard. We know how that works. But then say Cyril gets this slots, and then it's Clem versus Hero in the lower bracket final. Clem wins there. He doesn't go to the final four. No. He goes to second versus second. So whoever ends up here, this could be Dark for all we know. And it'd be like Dark versus Clem, the final four. And then that would be 3 semifinalists. The guy from this, and then the second versus second place match after the lower bracket is completed. And then everyone who loses continues losing, right? They don't get anywhere close to these final matches. They just continue losing. They get sent down to the knockout bracket, in which case they then have to go through a grueling process of very, very bloodbathy best of threes here. It's going to be cutthroat until they finally get to a final best of 5. Whoever wins this gets then to the final 4. So 2 people have an extraordinarily easy road to the semifinals if they just blaze on past here. 1 person has a slightly easier road if they win the second place match, which is the best of 5. And then 1 poor sucker is going to have to go through so many games because they're going to get far and lose, and then get far and lose. And then they're going to be placed here and they could lose. And then they could lose there too. And then, finally, they're finally in the semifinals, which would then be best of 7s. And the grand finals is a best of 9. The first time in a premier StarCraft 2 tournament, I do believe. I know Safe House is pretty premier, guys, but not often do we have best of 9s, and only recently do we have enough ladder maps to populate a best of 9. So that's always been a restriction. So there you go. I think that kind of covers the what. Let's move on. Who do we got actually playing? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's about everyone you expected. That's right. We got all those heavy hitters. I'm just going to go Protoss first. Let's do that way. They never get anything good for them. They can go first now. MaxPax forfeits his slot, unsurprisingly, but everyone's still bummed about it. So instead of him going, we have Estrella, Classic Hero, and Showtime. Then from the Terran side of things, we have Clem and Maru. He's crossed out here because he actually got a seed, a place in the tournament via placing well in another tournament. Anything that's crossed off over here, not MaxPax, over here, is because they won multiple tournaments. So they're, Cyril won Master Spring, and he won Katowice, but he also won Summer, so they gave him the slot because of Summer. Yeah, anyways. So yeah, Estrella, Classic Hero, Showtime for the Protoss, Clem, Oliveira, Kira, Maru, Hero Marine, Beyond, Gumiho, Coffee, and Spirits from the Terran. Spirit getting in there thanks to MaxPax's... it's a MaxPax. Hero Marine is in here because of MaxPax. There you go. Things also were, it was a tight race amongst the points, but we won't get into that. Point is, that's the Terrans. Then for the Zerg, you have Cyril, Dark, Raynor, Solar, and Shin. There we go. Too many crossed out names. So all the ones you would expect. There are some people who could have absolutely made it, but either started the year kind of late, they came back from military like Rogue, or the qualifier leading to this was too brutal. And speaking of the qualifier, let's talk about how these wonderful who's got to this tournament. So to see the how, you just have to read into this a little bit more. You can see that there is a winner of Masters, winner of Winter, top 4 of Spring, top 4 of Katowice, top 2 of the EPT Europe standings, so Europe only, top 2 of EPT Korea standings, so Korea only, top 1 of EPT Americas, America only, top 1 of EPT Asia, America only, and then global standings, everything combined together gave us these 4 fine folk, and then an absolutely brutal qualifier was the last chance to make it into the Esports World Cup. All of this had to be done previously, basically. And then about 2-3 weeks ago, we had a qualifier, in which Showtime and Shin had a very good result. So first it was the open qualifiers where the likes of Rogue was knocked out, Ryung was knocked out, Trap was knocked out, Sue was knocked out, and then Europe, Americas, and Asia. All these went into the closed, where you could see the final end result was indeed Shin and Showtime. So people who did not make it include a Laser, Stats, Trigger, Lambo, Firefly, and Bunny. So I think I covered pretty much everything. If you are wondering who's commentating this tournament, well, technically that isn't announced yet. Actually, it did just literally get announced the day after I recorded it, because isn't that always the way? So you can see on the screen now who is actually going, and ignore me saying that they haven't announced it yet. Okay, thanks, bye. That's the only thing that's missing. I think otherwise we got it. Who, what, when, where, why, and how for the StarCraft 2 tournament Esports World Cup. And get ready to watch some fine StarCraft 2 action. If you watched last year's Gamers 8, you know how high quality those matches were. Or if you even watched the qualifier matches for this tournament, you know how high quality those were. The meta's in a good place. The map pool has a couple of neat things and a couple of frustrating things, but you know, it is what it is. And we have a nice number of storylines, which, of course, if you need more reasons to watch EWC, I'll have a video exactly doing that, giving you more reasons. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later for more StarCraft 2.